Our Horsley Park land holdings comprise around 72 hectares. The property is located in the Eastern Creek industrial area. It's a rapidly developing part of Western Sydney, adjacent to the M7 and the M4. Over the past few years, we've had a lot of major international companies coming to locate at Horsley Park, such as DHL, Costco, Toyota and others. First section of Horsley Park was developed by Goodman Brickworks JV, and that project then brought in infrastructure to the area. The key items of infrastructure brought in were the water, power and sewer, and that allowed CSR to lodge its applications for development in 2012. First section of the project is around 10 hectares. The pad has now been delivered and the Frasers are proposing to start the first buildings on this project later this year. We are in the process now of developing stage 2 of the project. Stage 2, being 20 hectares, has its challenges. Stage 2 comprises of a large portion of a former quarry pit together with other associated bund walls. The work here entails moving particular materials around the site, compacting those materials and processing those materials. It also includes site remediation. Immediately to the left-hand side of the property we have around 11 hectares of biodiversity area. This is tree cover that will be protected under federal legislation, and ultimately this land will then be attached to the industrial development. We anticipate that stage 2 of this project will take probably another 12 to 18 months to complete the geotechnical works and then build the necessary road network and services across stage 2. Another one of the challenges we've had on this site is actually to deal with the interface between the rural residential amenity and the future industrial development. This has required the construction of a substantial bund wall, an engineered bund wall at the rear of the property, which also incorporates mature trees which we've had to plant along that boundary. This provides a screen between those rural residential residents and the future industrial occupants of the site. We've actually had these trees growing in a nursery for around 4 years to have them at the appropriate height for them to be planted. We propose to have this bund wall completed over the next 2 months. Schofields is a rapidly developing area of Sydney. CSR owns around 80 hectares of land in this location. Right now we have development right at our doorstep, some both completed projects and new developments which are coming through. Our land holdings are around 80 hectares. Our first stage of the project actually flanks the golf course, which you can see immediately coming up. The first stage of the project will produce around 450 lots. Ultimately, with the plant consolidation at Badgerys Creek, the remaining holdings that we have there will produce another 1,000 lots on the plant site. All site remediation on phases 1 and 2 have been completed, in that we've moved around 800,000 cubic metres of fill material to compact what was the former PGH quarry pit. Very exciting project. It's in a high demand area and it's one that we believe will be a great success.